knows too much.
In 1965, a Dutchman named Robert Jasper Grootveld took a trip to Africa and fell in with a tribal shaman. And after returning home, Grootveld began holding improvisational performances in front of a statue that had been erected by the tobacco industry, dressed like a tribal shaman. Grootveld thought it insane that tobacco, which killed people with cancer, was legal, while marijuana, which killed no one and was a lot of fun, was illegal.
A happening in Holland by the Provos, today's rowdiest protest movement with a freer tomorrow for their cause. Beatniks? Or is there method in their madness?
A happening is a happening is a happening is a happening is a happening. Everything is happening.
These protests involve singing an anti-smoking song and throwing a ring of fire over the statue. His performances drew hundreds and then thousands of teenagers who soon became known as the Nosems. Eventually, a movement called Provo emerged. One of the first big plans was to collect a lot of bicycles, paint them all white, and leave them unlocked and allow anyone to ride them. But when the white bikes began appearing, the police quickly confiscated them all. Provo claimed to be composed of beatniks, jailbirds, magicians, pacifists, charlatans, philosophers, germ carriers, happeners, vegetarians, Santa Clausers, kindergarten teachers, agitators, pyromaniacs, secret police, and other riffraff. They agitated against capitalism, communism, fascism, bureaucracy, militarism, professionalism, dogmatism, and authoritarianism. They realized their cause was hopeless, but could not pass up a chance to make a heartfelt attempt to provoke society into confronting its ills. They only lasted a few years, but the Provos are the reason why cannabis was the first and only country to legalize cannabis use for many, many decades. And they also launched a global art movement known as Happenings. Peter Schumann in New York City, John Cage in Champaign, Illinois, and Emmett Grogan in San Francisco became major contributors. But the most influential figure was Ken Kesey and his band of merry pranksters. The unifying concept of all these groups was to use humor as a path to enlightenment. The Diggers founded a free kitchen in Golden Gate Park for feeding runaway teens who were flooding the city, many of whom were sleeping in the park, as well as a free store on Haight Street that provided clothes and other essentials. The Diggers were into recycling, and much of their supplies were rescued from garbage bins. Abby Hoffman traveled to the West Coast and checked out Grogan and soon changed his appearance and political tactics. Soon Hoffman would visit Wall Street to drop dollar bills from the balcony of the New York Stock Exchange just to watch the traders scurry about like rats. Dana Beal tried to form a New York City version of Provo but got no traction. He would organize the first New York City